Hello and welcome to this week's show. How are you? Thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you. You will know that this week the podcast had an interview with Lee Morrison and Olivier Schneider, the two major stunt coordinators on No Time to Die, and they were talking about the oversight, the action, the overview of their roles and their working with the cast in particular, and of course the family, Barbara and Michael and Greg. What I wanted to do today, if I may, because there's an individual who some of you may not be that familiar with. He's referred to by those people who work with him as JC. He is Jean Charles Rousseau and is a French stuntman who has been one of the major doubles for Daniel on the picture. I've got some footage of him on set going through a fight towards the end of the picture, which I'd like to share with you. But first, in order to get a flavour of him and the type of stuff that he had done prior to No Time to Die particularly, he had worked on Spectre prior to this new film. I want you to take a look at his stunt reel, this one from 2017, and we'll include a whole bunch of bits and pieces, give you a flavour of what you are likely to expect from him. And here it comes. So that gives you an idea of what JC is capable of, and why he was one of the doubles chosen to look after Daniel Craig during the picture. That's to take nothing away from David Grant, by the way, who was his other major double on the picture. There's no favoritism going on here. It's purely on the basis of the material that's available currently and on the basis of the clips that I'm about to show you. So everything you see there is high work. I remember when I saw the fall from the bridge. It looks like a disused railway line. It may not be a disused railway line, but it's falling off that into a very small box rig, which I hadn't seen for a very long time. Doing some of those rehearsal shots by the diving off the top of that what looks like a container and then landing in the bonnet, in the windscreen of the vehicle. He's got the Captain America shield with him. And his knockdowns, of course, we've all seen knockdowns, and we've all seen them done at varying speeds over the years, and directors will require the character who's being knocked down to either go the full distance of the car, or it doesn't need to go the full distance. You can come off here, you can come off there. Some of those knockdowns he's doing, firstly, look awful quick. They don't. There's no cranking in the camera at all. These are shots that are taken there and then. That's what you see there is exactly what happened at the time. And traditionally, from a knockdown point of view, you'd go maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 miles an hour at absolute push. Some of those do look a tad faster, and he's hitting on the strength of that because the speed of the car is greater. It means that your initial impact point, apart from being the bottom of the windscreen, then shoves you up to the top of the car, the roof, very quickly, and he's getting air. So he's getting up over the top, and the car is passing under him, and he's landing there on the floor. Or he's just catching it on the way past, So it makes it look very, very spectacular indeed, and obviously that's what the directors are looking for when they're wanting these action shots completed. And his use as stunt double on the Bond allowed the directors and allowed the second unit directors to create, as much action as possible that then Daniel would work into his own action. And you'll see that and it's only slight stuff, but David and JC will have studied Daniel's movements, his mannerisms very, very carefully. And maybe you'll see that in these next shots that I'm going to show you, because Daniel then has to take over from the final gag. So take a look at this and we'll talk you through it. Here is the final edit from the film. Bond fighting the Cyclops on the stairs. He is doubled by Andrei Rybakhin, who is the double here. There's a bit of CG for the faces here as well, a bit of face replacement. And he gets under him, lifts him, and throws him over his shoulder, and down the staircase both of them go. Bond landing on him, bouncing off the stairs there, and landing at the bottom. Cyclops' character goes all the way down. JC is doubling DC. You following this? DC, Daniel Craig. That's the edit they used in the picture. Let's have a little look at some of those rehearsals. Look, firing it all the way down. I'll slow it down, we can see it again. It's only a brief clip. He's standing just on something to give him a bit of purchase, but he's going the full length of that staircase and landing at the bottom. Andre is being chucked about like a rag doll here. Bang! Down they go again. Yes, they'll have padding on. Are those steps padded? It's not clear. I'm suspecting they're probably not, because they're used quite clearly in close-up there. And then again from the top looking down. Over he goes. Bang! So that's the shot they used. There's the edit there. And then he throws him over the shoulders. It's absolutely fascinating stuff. That's a hell of a day's work, though, to be fair. And so they use the other shot. Now, similarly, at the start of the movie when the grave explodes. And as we see here, Bond picks up the Spectre card, puts 2 and 2 together, and then boom, and you can see him being ratcheted out of the way as that explosion goes off, being pulled out of the way. He's lost it then, of course, in the smoke. Originally, JC did some testing for that, which we're going to see now, and he's simply diving clear onto a mat there. As you can see, the explosion still very vigorous. And obviously they wanted to get the size of the explosion right based on his positioning right in front of it. Diving clear of it allowed him a little extra time. And then, as I say, eventually he was ratcheted, pulled out of shot with a wire for the final sequence. But there we go. That's JC's involvement in those little sequences. Well, there we go. That's about it for this week. I hope you enjoyed that look at JC and Andre chucking themselves down a flight of steps, all in aid of action for the last Bond. Good stuff, that. And more next week when we look at something else from the back catalogue that is action cinema. Got some nice stuff coming too, so do keep checking back. If it's not here, then it'll be on the Facebook page or Instagram or Twitter. All the links are in the notes below. And I'm very conscious of the fact that the Oscars are coming up. So I am going to be doing a little something in connection with Oscars and their lack of ability to see how important stunts are from a category perspective. Also, what's rather nice is I'm going to be speaking to a few of the stunt coordinators who are part of the movies that are nominated in the category of Best Picture. So that will be very interesting to listen to what they have to say from their perspective. Obviously, their picture nominated in either one or a number of different categories, and their work isn't. So we're going to be chatting to a few of them in connection with that. So plenty more to come. Hope you've enjoyed it. Catch you next time. Until then, it's bye for now.